together. Loving another Jew and loving Hashem goes together. This is when a name of Hashem increases in the world. It must be united. It must be together. This love, these two loves, to Hashem and to other people. And when we care for one another, when we care for their needs and everything, this is where you show love. I'll give you an example, a fable, okay? Once, there was a farmer, okay, that lived in the country. He had a cow, he had a donkey, he had a pig, he had chickens, and in his house lived also a little mouse. But, the cow and the pig and all this, the farmer needs, the mouse who needs. One day he goes and he buys a trap for the mouse. And he puts it in the corner. The mouse sees that and he runs quickly to the chicken and he tells the chicken, "What should I do? The owner, he put a mouse trap. What should I do?" The chicken tells him, "I don't know. What can I tell you? It's a big problem." So chicken didn't really help. He went to the pig and tells the pig, "What can I do? The owner put a trap in the house." So the pig tells him, "You have a problem. What can I tell you? It's your problem." He goes to the cow and tells the cow, the cow tells him, "Don't bother me. I'm busy now chewing this grass. Just don't bother me. It's not my problem." Okay, in the middle of the night, the woman, the wife of this farmer, she hears something from the mouse trap. Oops, you hear a click something. She runs downstairs to see what happens, and it was dark. There was no light, so she didn't really see. What happened, in the mouse trap got a snake in there, just the tail of the snake. And as the snake fell this woman, he bit her. Now this woman became very sick. Fever quickly. She had a very high fever. And sometimes whenever you have a high fever, a very easy remedy is to make a chicken soup. So the farmer went, he slaughtered this chicken, okay, cleaned whatever, made his wife a chicken soup so that she's going to get healthy. Didn't really help. But still, a lot of people came to visit her. They heard that she's sick. A lot of people come to you. What are you going to serve them? He went and he killed the pig to serve all these people. But they didn't really help, and she became more sick and more sick until she died. Funeral, and after the funeral, a lot of people come to console the family. What I was going to give to so many people, he went and he killed a cow. Can we say it's not my problem? Can we say, okay, it's your son that is going out of the way, or he's doing crazy stuff, he's doing drugs, he lies, it's not my problem. Can we say such a thing? Because next time, it's going to, God forbid, come to us. זה נקרא נושא בעול עם חברו. מה זה נושא בעול עם חברו? You share the burden with your friend. You tell him you're not alone. I'm there to help you. This is what Moshe Rabbeinu did. Moshe Rabbeinu, he was living in the palace. He didn't really have to come down and see how his brothers suffered, but he cared for them. And this is why he became a great leader, because he cared for his brothers. Okay? There's a story about Harav Moshe Sherer. Harav Moshe Sherer, he was the head of the Agudat Israel in the United States. A big rabbi. He passed away a few years ago. And so one day he was invited to this wedding. He comes to a wedding and he sees that instead of guys dancing around the groom, they dance around this young man, 17-year-old guy. They dance around him. He didn't understand what's going on. So he asks, his son was there, he asked his son, what is it? His son tells him that the groom, he has a good friend, and all his class, they all have one friend that became very sick. He has a disease, and they love him very much, and so they paid for his ticket. Okay, he was supposed to come from another part of the United States to come to this wedding, and now they're so happy that he came to dance with them. So they dance around him. He's sick man. They want to really make him feel good. So the rabbi is asking, what kind of disease is that? He told him, Hodgkin's. It's a disease, it's a cancer. And so after a while, his son sees that his father, Harav Moshe Shalit, speaks with this guy. And he's like, what's happening? The rabbi comes and he talks to him and he tells him, you know who I am? And he tells him, yeah, everybody knows that you are this great rabbi. Of course I know who you are. He tells him, I want to tell you something. I also had this disease and I was healed. I was cured from that. I want you to understand that you can get healed from that. Okay? Don't lose hope. Everything will be better. Everything will be okay. So he tells him, every day when you're going to pray Shmona Esrei, there's a section there to say Rafa'enu Hashem v'Narafeh for sick people. Think about me. Have the image of me. Okay? Think about me. If I could be healthy, okay, I want you to pray that you're going to be healthy too. And I will pray for you also. This is called Noseh Be'ol. This guy, he felt so good afterwards. This great rabbi comes and tells him that he was also sick, and he will pray for him and he will think about him every day. This is called Noseh Be'ol Im Chavor. This is how you show love to another one. This is how you show that you care. And it's a very, very beautiful thing. Okay, so let's say somebody made something wrong to you. We have to learn to forgive. Forgiving is a very important process for you and for the other also. Because if we don't forgive, if we keep holding this grudge inside us, okay, it's not good. Two friends had a fighting, decided that they don't speak to one another. For 15 years, they didn't talk to one another. No phone calls, no coming to each other events, nothing. And then, one of the girls, let's say Rivka, she heard, she went to shiur, and she heard that the rabbi said that it's very important if you had a fight or something to forgive. It's good for you, it's good for your peace of mind, it's good for the other one. She said, okay, I'm going to work on myself and make this peace with her. So she calls her friend, okay, let's say Sarah, she calls her and she tells her, hello, this is Rivka. And she was happy to hear her. And they made peace in this phone conversation. So Sarah tells her, Rivka tells her that she has a wedding of her son. Sarah, that till now she was a stranger to her, she tells her, oh, I really want to come to your wedding, but please don't make a wedding between the 28th and the 30th because I have a procedure to do. And she's like, do I have to listen? No, she didn't say anything, but she said, okay, let me think, and let me ask the bride, and they decided that for sake of peace, they will delay the wedding. Like, who is doing this thing? They will delay the wedding in 2 days. Okay? They will do it on the 3rd, and they will do it after the 30th. Fine. When it comes, it was supposed to be on the 27th or something. They delayed it to be the 1st of the month instead of the end of the month. When it comes to the 28th of the month, the owner of the hall is looking in his book, want to see reservations, what is going to have tonight or something. He sees that there is 2 events by the same people, one on the 28th and one on the 1st of the month. And he's like, what's happening? He makes this phone call and they say, we call you in advance and we said that we need to postpone it. And you said, fine, and you forgot to erase it. He says, okay, I forgot to erase it. So for that night, he didn't have people in that hall. It's a true story. It was happening, I don't know how many years ago, 5, 6, 7 years ago. In Israel, there's a hall that's called Ulamei Versailles. And that night, there was a wedding on the 2nd floor. The 1st floor was empty, no people. And something happened and the 2nd floor collapsed into the 1st floor. What would happen if, God forbid, 400 people would be on the 1st floor? There would be God forbid, smashed. They would, I don't know what disaster it would be. But it didn't happen. Why? Because one woman decided to forgive to another woman. See how strong it is when we forget? When we forgive another person, Hashem loves it, and Hashem can make miracles for it.
What do you do if a person forgives, but the grouch is still there?
So it's not 100% forgiving.
Right.
You have to work on yourself to give even stronger. Let me give you now some tips, some levels how to work on Ahavat Chinam.
What if a person wouldn't forgive you?
Hmm?
What if a person wouldn't forgive you?
So you have to ask another time. You have to
You have to pray for
approach.
him.
You have to approach
Pray,
3 times. They say, and maybe not calling her every 5 minutes. Do you forgive me? Do you forgive me? It's not like that. What can I do? How can I improve? What can I do for you so that you will forgive me? Ask somebody else that she respects. Okay. Maybe you can come with me. Maybe we can talk together to her so that she will forgive me. Okay? So you have to approach few times. Okay? Hopefully she will. 3 levels for Ahavat Chinam. You have to think that every Jew is a part of me. Because we know that Kol Israel Arevim Ze Lazeh. We all one nation. We all one people, one for another. Okay? If he's hurt, I'm hurt. This is how we're supposed to feel. Okay? Kol Israel Arevim Ze Lazeh. And therefore, same way as I said before, I cannot hate myself. I cannot hate her. Okay? I'm usually never criticizing myself. And so I won't criticize her. I'm not speaking Lashon Hara about myself. I will try, not to speak Lashon Hara about other people. It's hard. It's not easy. It's working. It's something that we have to work on, okay? But it's doable. It's doable. I'm telling you, people are doing great things, especially this week. Some people decide, let's say, 24 hours not to talk Lashon Hara. So she cannot all 24 hours not to talk. So they divide it among friends. Every woman takes, let's say, 1 hour. Between 8 and 9, I won't speak Lashon Hara. And you learn, you pay attention to what you're taking out of your mouth. You don't say all kind of stuff without even thinking. That's a progress. That's how you start. It's very, very good.
What about if you're busy all day?
Okay, so it's even better.
But yes, when people doesn't work, they have time to talk about something.
Right. When you're
What
busy,
about if the morning till the night?
it's even better because you don't have
You
time.
don't have time
Right.
to talk, right?
Fine. That's good. That's
I
great.
don't. So
That's
I'm
great.
busy.
Keep yourself busy.
That's why I say we have to keep ourselves busy and we have to
Not to
stop
think.
talking
That's fine.
about
That's
something.
To talk about somebody.
I don't have time.
Usually I'm willing to forgive myself. So this is what I will try to also forgive others. Giving into others. We spoke about giving in before. We have benefit of the doubt. We spoke about this also before. What is the attitude to people who fail? Sometimes when people don't stand in your standards, you're bothered the way they behave, the way she dressed, the way that she talks to other people, the way that she
For no
keeps.
reason.
Yeah.
Like for no reason.
Yeah.
Jealousy.
So to remember, right? What to remember? We instead of being aggressive to one another, feel mercy on her. Maybe she had a tough day. Maybe she was overwhelmed. Maybe all kind of stuff. Pray for her, like you said before, instead of
It's a positive
attack her,
reason.
instead of saying all kind of stuff.
It's a positive thought.
Protect her, try to help her out. All these things they will make you feel happy. Because we grow to become greater people, happier people. We also get a reward for that. It's something good to know. It says that kol ha'ma'avir al midotav, if you hold your tongue, let's say, if you work on your qualities, kol ha'ma'avir al midotav, ma'avirin lo ma'avirin lo al kol psha'ah. They forgive you in heaven. If God forbid bad decree is supposed to come on a person, they take it away. All kind of stuff like that, which is good. Why not? And so, let me finish with one story. There were 2 brothers that their father inherited them a nice big field. They used to work, they used to plow, they used to take harvest, they used to work very hard this field. One was married, one was not married. They used to, in the time of harvest, sleep in the field. So in the middle of the night, one of the brothers gets up and he says to himself, my brother is not married yet. He cannot pay for the expenses of the wedding. It's so hard for him. I'll take some bundles of wheat from mine and I'll put it in his. Maybe he'll make some profit and he'll be able to continue with his life. His brother also wakes up and he tells, well, I'm single, I don't have so much expenses. My brother, he has his wife, he has his children, he has to pay tuition, he has to pay bills and whatever. I'll put some of bundles of mine into his field and hopefully you'll be able. And this is how they do every night, and they see that the bundles, they stay the same. It doesn't increase, it doesn't increase. They didn't understand what happened. And one night they meet, and they see what they were doing. And they were hugging each other and praying, for one another. This is, they say, where the Holy Temple was built. The Holy Temple, basically, the idea is to unite. The idea is to, people used to bring sacrifice so that Hashem will accept them, Hashem will love them, they will love each other. This is the idea. This is what we're trying to work on. Be'ezrat Hashem, Be'ezrat Hashem. It says, Dor shelo nivna bo, the generation that the Holy Temple was not built, it's like we destroyed it because we did not work on our qualities. So this is our obligation to, we have a few days till Tisha B'Av, and also after Tisha B'Av to keep working on our inner qualities, keep talking and thinking positive instead of negative, and hopefully Hashem will send a Mashiach, Beit HaMikdash will be rebuilt, we'll be happy again. Refuah Shlema to everybody, and all the Yeshuot. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Спасибо большое вам.
Спасибо.